I also like the idea of kind of shifting from the job to the skills level of analysis. It's really just going back to the work. Ask yourself,
Yeah,
what about the work? What does the work require? And what needs to happen, not who do we need to do in the first place? Would that be accurate?
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And it's interesting that somehow we've just got out of the habit of asking that. We've been living, and I don't know whether our industry has caused it or enterprise have caused it, but we're just living in this job spec, resume
Sure. I
world.
spent decades in TA, a decade and a half in TA, and it was always, I need one of these, go get it. Right.
Yeah.
I need one of these
Well, yeah,
rather than
and a lot of these job descriptions, haven't been edited for a number of years. And somebody it's sat inside an ATS. Oh yeah, I want one of those.
right.
And it drives me crazy when it's, oh, must have a minimum of 6 or 7 years. Well, hang on, 6 or 7 can't be a minimum. So you're saying 6. Let's get that sorted first, right? But then why do they need 6 years? What is it that they've got after 6 years they wouldn't have after a year? And bizarrely, in the crazy world we're living in now, where the skills required are changing so rapidly, it can almost work against you if you've got that much experience.
It's really interesting, and I'm going to divert from the script a little bit based on what you said because I think that's an important point. For so long, we've used experience as a proxy for
Yeah,
capability.
yeah.
And so what you're describing is maybe a little bit of a breakdown in that paradigm. So if we're not using experience to validate, let's say, as a proxy for capability, what should we be using when we're talking about skills?
Yeah, so we think about skills, and there are technology platforms out there that can help with this. We happen to have built our own, but thinking about 3 different types of skills and how you can get at them. The starting point is what we call inferred skills. So if you look at somebody, a job title, if somebody's been doing that job for a while, we can infer that they've got these skills because of the work they've been doing. So that's one start of it, but it's only the start of it. The next is the what we would call self-reported. So what are those skills you have that we don't even know you've got because you didn't need it for that job you were in? And well, I didn't know you spoke French, so tell me you can speak French. So that allows the individual, the worker themselves or the candidate, to add that into it. And then the third is validated or certified. And the example we'd use in that space is it's okay for a nurse to say they have good bedside manner. If they're a brain surgeon, we might want to see the certificate. So there's different levels of that. But if you take those different types of skills, or the way we're extracting that, that then creates a success profile.
So for that last category, are you seeing more assessments or obviously
Yes.
certifications, but are you seeing more kind of on the job assessments or in the interview assessments happening?
Yes, and I think it's really interesting time. It's a great question. We're seeing assessments coming back again. It seems to be cyclical where organizations and staffing companies use assessments. And it's interesting, for those old enough on the call will remember Savile and Holdsworth, Savile as they're now called, but Savile have now just launched their new skills-based assessment tool.
Okay.
So I think we'll see a lot more of those popping up because what you're really doing is you're interviewing on potential as opposed to experience. So you need the ability to assess.